of being in wise counsel is to, help you to ask yourself the right questions. And the right questions to always ask yourself are questions that have, an underline of accountability. What is accountability to me is looking at the times when I leaped instead of just looking. Looking at the times where as though, I had the right idea in mind. I had the drive, the motivation, the inspiration, and it was all basically inspired by me, but, I didn't take the proper steps to get to, the destination. Then I went and, blamed circumstances or blame this person or that person, And I realized, it's not wise. You're putting yourself in a victim circumstance, because when you look at, victimization, you're not, putting yourself in a position of strength. And putting yourself in a position of strength is, maintaining, self accountability. And you gotta look at the relationships that you've had, that you lost in all forms. In regards to looking at, you could see the one finger pointing at, the person, the object, the circumstance, or whatever like that. But you also have three fingers pointing back at you, and seeing exactly where you went wrong, in a matter of what you affected with your cause. How many relationships have you ruined with your immaturity? How many relationships have you ruined with your arrogance? How many relationships have you ruined with being aloof? Relationships. Part of a relationship is the connection. But how are you connecting to something where you're not holding yourself accountable? And the other person doesn't know how to. You should, but they don't know how to. How do you hold yourself up? You have to really look at it this way. In every, case scenario, when things happen, right? Always look at yourself first. If you look at, the relationships in the context of, the scripture, if you look at it, where so God held the husband accountable. Like, he could sit there and go to God about his wife, just like Adam did. You can blame her. God's going to hold you accountable. When you can hold yourself accountable, you know what you're transmitting, and you know what you're transmuting. You know what you're responsible of. You know what you're responsible for. See, when you uplift your thoughts by holding yourself accountable, you keep yourself from being, in a grandeur of, of illusions and strong delusions and conundrums, towards though your confusion is confused because you're not holding yourself accountable. We all have, a sense of foolishness that's in us, and it springs up. You know, in most cases, we allow it. You know, intentionally or unintentionally, we allow it. Then, in some cases, it's just a freak accident. But the problem with them both, and the crux, and I would say the belly of the issue is accountability, the lack thereof. Everything that you've accomplished and obtained was through, the discipline of accountability. And everything that you don't have, everything that you might have had and lost it, was due to, the lack thereof. This is how you strengthen your stomach. This is your core strength. Look at accountability as your core strength. If you're exercising, lifting weights, accountability is your core strength. Principles is your skeletal muscle mass. And your patience is the cut, the cut of your strength, the cut of your muscle, the cut of your realism, your truism, and your idealism. This is when it's basically, heartfelt, And the reason why I say it's heartfelt, because you don't necessarily have to say much for someone to actually feel the most. You create the feelings. A man of accountability commands strength.